So we back. It's your boy Intro the Intern. And this episode is about knowledge. So I'm gonna break down why knowledge is so important over anything that you can invest in, any piece of equipment, like any person you're working with, you need to have knowledge. If I had to say, this is why I made these things. If I had to say what is the number one thing that you need to put on your bucket list is knowledge. Okay? You need to have knowledge. And I'm gonna give you reasons why. Tons of reasons why. So let's go to the list. So the first thing I have on my list is knowledge controls perception. Quality visuals and clean audio shape how people judge your professionalism within seconds. Okay. Unfortunately, the world that we live in, perception is reality. What people hear, what people see, is ultimately going to be what they believe in. And because audio and video go together, it's going to maximize their perception of who you are. So, understanding how you want to be perceived and the quality that you're trying to bring is not going to be from the camera, it's not going to be from the lighting, it's not going to be from the microphone or the people you work with, who you hire, how you edit, execute. It's going to be the knowledge that you possess and whatever you need to execute this. Number two, knowledge saves you money. When you understand production basics, you avoid overpaying, underpaying, or getting low quality work from vendors. So that's a big one. Some people, I get an example. You must have a budget. You got to know what you're willing to spend, and you have to be realistic. Now, if I had, for example, 5 grand to spend, I wouldn't spend it on a camera, send a camera for 5 grand when I can get maybe a camera for 2 grand and get a lens for 1200 and get a field monitor and get a cage, get memory cards, extra batteries, tripod, lighting, etc. So yeah, we still spent the 5 grand, but you still saved because you had the knowledge. You had the knowledge of allocating the money, and sometimes, while you're doing that, you can save. It's not a guarantee, and maybe you can think and say, hey, you know what? I don't even have to buy anything. Maybe I could just take a portion of this money and I'll rent stuff out, which is very common in the industry. You rent or you hire someone and say, okay, I just need one video. I don't need a camera for the rest of what I'm doing. Maybe I need a cameraman to shoot all day, every day for me, and then I'll just disperse the information as I go. So, there's many ways of doing it, but having the knowledge on the money aspect, the budgeting aspect, or in this case, honestly, knowing what you're doing, and then you can know, okay, how am I gonna spend, or who am I gonna hire? Who do I need to pay more, and who do I need to pay less? Because this person doesn't need to get paid all this money. This person does, or this program, I need to put more money into this program, and I can save money because I already have this program, or this plugin, or this special effects, or this AI, this lighting. You know, you gotta know what you're doing. You have to. Number three, and I don't stress that enough. Number three, knowledge protects your brand image. Bad lighting, poor framing, or distorted audio can make a premium brand look amateur. Like I said, you can have the best of the best lighting, RGB, wireless, center camera, mirrorless, full frame, crop frame, micro four thirds, wireless mic, shotgun mic, etc. And it still will come out bad because you don't know what you're doing. You don't know how to make it look a certain way. And you can even make it look great, but your lack of audio, your lack of knowledge in the audio side of things destroyed everything because people think that all right, you're gonna have this great shot and the audio doesn't matter. The audio is the number one thing, to be honest with you. Then the lighting. Why you think music is still profound in video, film? Why? Because it translates emotion. It gives you the feeling of something that's coming or leaving, something that's about to happen. It gives emotion where okay, it's nighttime, daytime, it's something exciting about to happen. And it has to be clear. It has to be good. It has to be recorded properly. You gotta know that knowledge. Same thing with the lighting. Maybe you have the audio good, you got the video equipment good, but your lighting is bad. Grainy footage, poor settings in the camera. So now you went from a premium level to there's no way you shot this with that camera. How? Some people gonna be like, I got the same camera. How did I get better quality than you? Oh, you don't know what you're doing. That's what they're gonna say. Oh, you don't know how to use that. You don't know how to use this. And they're right. 100% right. Knowledge increases conversion. So you have a clear messaging plus strong visuals equal higher trust, which equals more sales, bookings, referrals. Self-explanatory. Somebody clearly see you know what you're doing. They're gonna gravitate towards you. There's gonna be a higher turnaround. And guess what? More opportunities, more interaction, more money. Simple as that. But you gotta know what you're doing. Okay, let's go down the list. Number 5, knowledge builds authority. When you know how to present yourself visually, you appear more established and credible. 9 times out of 10, people skip the knowledge part. They go out there on a limb, and sometimes you do gotta go out there to make mistakes. But guess what? Mistakes cost time and money, so it'll cost you. Versus knowing, understanding, then executing, it's gonna build authority. People going to see that and they're going to say, hey, how do I get like this? They're gonna appreciate that. They're gonna respect you. They're gonna respect that you are on another level. Well, they should. There's a lot of haters out here, but guess what? Even the haters are gonna respect it because they notice it. Everyone's gonna notice that you're looking clean, you're sounding clean. Gotta know what you're doing. Number 6, knowledge helps you direct creatives. This is a good one. Listen to this. Even if you hire a videographer, you must understand angles, tone, pacing, messaging to guide the vision. This is if you want to play director. You're right there in the cameraman's ear. I've had people do that when I played cameraman. And they're like, hey, do this and do that. But once again, you have to know angles. You have to know lighting. Tone comes from lighting and music, audio, pace. That's in editing. So you gotta know at least a little bit, whatever you get yourself involved with, and whatever you decide to want to step in and say, hey, I'm going to take care of this aspect of the business, the job, whatever it is, you got to really do your homework. Mentorship, okay? If I had to say why this episode is the most important because you got to be mentored. You have to have a mentor. You have to have someone that's done it before you that you can humbly accept the information from. And it's not going to be free. They went through a lot of hurdles. They blew a lot of money. They went through their own things. That's why I stress school. It's a direct source to getting what you want and make sure you no matter what it is, school, mentorships, this video, you make sure you write these notes down. You make sure you have a way of understanding the information and translate it for you to understand and do your own research and study this, study it, master it, or at least learn it enough to where it's going to work out for you. Okay, let's move on. Knowledge improves storytelling. Audio and video aren't just content, they're emotional triggers that influence how people connect with you. Yes, self explanatory. But with the storytelling involves great editing. Editing involves color correction, color grading, good audio, timing with audio and videos and the visuals, and maybe even some transitions and effects. They're not necessary, but they might be needed in order to further the storytelling. So you got to know that. That's more for editors. You got to know that. Let's move on from that. Number 8, knowledge maximizes content repurposing. Understanding formats lets you turn one podcast into multiple reels, one shot into weeks of content, one event equals testimonials plus promo clips. So you got to know how powerful one video and the multiple uses you can make out of one video, how to stretch it out, how to make it last for weeks upon months, how to bring it back. How much clips can you get out of one video? If everybody's into clips, so you did all this hard work. Like for example, I'm doing this video right now, and it's like, okay, cool. People don't got time to watch all the videos, but they got time to watch little snippets. So you give them the clips, the shorts. You just can't do it. You gotta know how to do it. You gotta seek that knowledge to know, okay, cool. How do I do it? Who do I get to do that for me? How can I get that done? Especially if you don't have time, then you gotta hire someone to get that done for you ASAP. Okay, let's move on down the list. Knowledge protects your intellectual property. This is all intellectual property, IP, ladies and gentlemen. You learn about file ownership, licensing, usage rights, and distribution control. So you gotta know that this, like music, graphics and stuff, these are your IP. This is you. This is what you own. This is a piece of what you're working, your work itself. And somebody might want to use it. You might want to sell it. You might want to distribute it. You might want to license it. What is licensing? This is big business we're talking about here. You gotta know what you're doing. Some people think too small when they should be thinking too large because they're around people that think too small and say, hey, you're too ahead of yourself. And you know what? But let me not say that, but forget it. To say that. Forget it. It is what it is. I'd rather mess up trying to be big than stay small. Not knowing that there's so much opportunities. There's a reason why these people are wealthy and rich. Keyword wealthy or for certain things. And that's because They know how to stretch, they know how to maximize on that one intellectual property. One, just one. Key word, the knowledge. And you could get most of this knowledge too with networking, subscribing with the right channels, staying close to people like me. All right, number 10, knowledge creates consistency, brand consistency, color grading, tones, sound quality, intro, outro style builds recognition. Excuse me. So self-explanatory right with that as well. Knowledge creates consistency. The more you know, the more you flow, as I like to say. I repeat that. The more you know, the more you flow, but you gotta want to flow. So once you willing to work and you got the knowledge, your consistency is on point. You know what I'm saying? The only thing is you gotta be self-motivated as well. That's the combination. The knowledge, the work, the self-motivation to activate. That's gonna equal your consistency every time. You gotta be consistent. Number 11, knowledge improves audience retention. Understand pacing, hook timing, and sound design to keep viewers watching longer. Unfortunately, this is the world that we live in. There's a short attention span, and you got to do these little things such as putting hooks, um, sound design, little sound effects, and your pace. Your pace could be fast, your pace could be slow. You'll figure it out along the way. But you gotta, in this world of audio and video, there's just a lot of that goes on. All right. So you gotta study a lot. I would say, like I said, studying is the most that you're going to be doing, and it's very important that you do it. Research, reading, writing is going to be your number one secret weapon in anything you do out here now. So make sure that you get as much knowledge as possible to making this happen for you. Okay, let's keep it going. Number 12, knowledge helps you scale. Ooh, scaling. A lot of people don't understand about that scaling. Once you understand the production system, you can delegate efficiently without losing quality. So that micromanaging stuff, that one band man stuff is cool if you know what you're doing. Like I do a lot of stuff of my own, but at the same time, I'm more than happy to delegate the work. Keyword delegate. So I could be shooting videos today, but if I need to be a producer tomorrow, I'm going to get a videographer to do that job. Same thing when it comes to if I'm being in the studio and I'm an artist and okay, this is the project of mine and I gotta I gotta get someone to be the cameraman to capture what I'm doing. Maybe I'm a little bit more busy, so I need an editor now, you know? But with technology now, you can really get these things done if you set time aside and you know what you're doing and you're willing to put in the work. It's one thing to know. You ever had someone I know, the I know person? but never execute, never actually put these things into motion. So you want to scale, you want to actually know and do it, right? Be the core, understand it. And then when it comes down to projects, project based situations, you know how to delegate. Okay, AI is going to be needed for this. Okay, a second cameraman behind the scenes is going to be needed for this. Moving light, which means I need a cameraman, a lighting, a grip that's going to move around. Gotta know how to delegate. Enough with the micromanaging. Number 13, knowledge strengthens personal brands. Video humanizes you, audio builds in intimacy, and knowledge lets you use both strategically. So that's also self explanatory. Your personal brand is you. Nowadays, people want to know you, people want to see me. So I do music, but this is the side of me, whereas the podcast, I'm more professional, I'm breaking it down. I'm showing you that um I can walk and chew gum. You know what I'm saying? I can show you a little more professional side, more technical side. But I'll pick this lane because you have tons of people that's showing you the technical side, but not really giving you the psychological aspect of things. You know, not really mentoring you, but just showing you. You know, and in today's day and age with all of these videos and having personal brands, it's important that you know how you want to look, how you want to be seen, want to be heard. It's very important. So you've got to know the knowledge. Number 14, knowledge reduces creative dependency. You're not stuck waiting on others. You can execute when necessary. This is one of my favorite ones. Yes. I'm not dependent on a lot of people. Why? Most people, I do a lot of stuff on my own at this point. Before, delegate. Coming up in a few months, few years, I'm gonna be delegating again. But right now, in this space of technology where we are, there's no dependency. Why? Because of the knowledge. Okay? The knowledge. The knowledge with the work and the experience. Okay? Don't stress that enough. It's not just the knowledge. I could sit here, read all day, execute nothing, do nothing about it. You gotta have a drive with it. You gotta wanna work. You gotta wanna invest in yourself. And like I said, the number one things would be the knowledge. Buying ebooks, real books, videos, YouTube channels, subscriptions. There's tons out there, but you gotta want that knowledge. And your creativity will be on a whole nother level. Your workflow, whole nother level. You blowing past your competitors. Just I'm telling you. Okay, number 15, knowledge helps you compete. Like I said, in the digital world in 2026, attention is currency. Audio and video dominates the algorithm. I told you. So just imagine with the right knowledge, with your ideas already, and how fast you can execute all of this. And then you got the social media driving all of that. Come on. You're able to just get your clients as you go. And they're gonna start coming and you're gonna start understanding who you are and how you want to do things. And before you know it, you're in business beyond what you thought. You can't even handle. That's why you need to delegate because you ain't gonna be able to handle. Now you the brand. But now you gotta hire people to execute what you know you execute, but you gotta learn to let go though. It's another knowledge that you need to learn. You gotta learn to let go. It's time. Cause that could affect your brand. Cause now you scaled up now, personal brand is up, your brand is up, and now you gotta deliver. Number 16, knowledge creates emotional impact. Told you. Music choice, sound design, and visual tones shape how people feel about your brand. So, like I said, the color correction, the lighting, the music, the sound design, sound effects, the timing when they come in, when they come out, if they're there, if it's too much or less, sometimes less is more. That's all needed. That's all gonna benefit you. But if you don't know, if you don't, then I'll say you need to at least know enough to search for the person to do it. Or it's just good to know. And then you could find someone to do it for you. Or you could do it yourself until you find someone that could, all right, I don't really want to do this. Because you gotta have passion. I'm passionate about this. You gotta have passion to want to do this. You can know how to do all this, but you gotta have passion, which is the drive, like I said. Okay, number 17, improves marketing ROI. Better content equals better ad performance equals lower cost per lead. More content you producing, the better content you're producing, the better the ad performs, the less money you got to put behind it for you to be able to make it go. If you want to pay for ads. But in today's day and age, world of competition, eventually you're gonna have to pay for ads. And you don't want to keep paying for ads like I was doing at one point and screwed up on that because I wasn't focused on this content base because I was just doing music, which is a harder thing to market. Podcasts is easier. Vlogs are easier. Travel videos are easier. Um, so the better the video that you put into it, or the most simple, clean, whatever, it doesn't have to be high production as we know, but something that's good enough on the eyes. It's less money when you get into the ad side. And it performs better, organically or with ads. Okay, number 18, knowledge builds trust faster than text. Seeing and hearing you build credibility faster than written posts alone. So it's better than just a tweet or just a caption with, I mean, now that you can't do a caption without no picture, but let's just say just a Facebook post or a Twitter post, X post, right? Or LinkedIn post. It's better to tie that in with a visual. People love, not like, love visuals. People don't read no more, or they don't read only. They need the visual. They want the visual. And they're used to seeing the visual a certain way. So you got to deliver that. You got to know how to do that. Okay? Knowledge prevents brand damage. It's a good one. Forgot to put that on the list. A poorly executed video can hurt perception more than no video at all. Self-explanatory. Keep it good, keep it consistent, keep it clean, or don't put it at all because how I see it now is you're one video or photo away from it making you or breaking you or even sustaining you. Oh, you don't want, you rather have sustain or take it to the next level, but you don't want to go back because you worked so hard. Protect it. But knowing how to protect it is key. And last but not, well, that is last. Knowledge turns attention into revenue. When you understand how to structure content strategically, you turn views into clients. Like I said, you can have 10 views, you can have 50 views, you can have 500,000 views. That's still people. So just imagine if you had 10 views and those 10 people all may not have 100,000, but you got 10 that's guaranteed, and you have a service that's like, let's just say a cool $100 a piece. That's one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, $1,000 for one video. And that video can make you even more. Who is to say that other people can't see those videos and still contact you? So you gotta make sure it's good. You gotta know all of this. This episode is about knowledge. Without the knowledge, I don't know what to tell you. I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing if I didn't take the knowledge most important. Knowledge is key. Now, with that being said, it's time to play you another record. And I don't know what I've played you guys already. Well, let's go to Masterpiece. Yeah. Return it is. Again. That time, that season. That season. Bring all the way back. Let's go. Yeah. I hear a lot of shit. I just wanna recap. I don't see acknowledgement when I could've just relapsed. You see me get tight when niggas tell me relax. Cause I gotta keep on moving forward. I can't look back. I hear a lot of shit. I just wanna recap. I don't see acknowledgement when I could've just relapsed. You see me get tight when niggas tell me relax. Cause I gotta keep on moving forward. I can't look back. Hey, 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 hey. Gotta play the fool. I ain't make the rules. Focus on the boys in blue. You don't fuck with me. Guess what? I don't fuck with you. But I'm not gonna stop you from getting them bands that be blue. Yeah, I'm not a hater. You know that is true. Went through 2020. Yeah, we made it through. Focus on the youth. We gon' make it out. I know what I'ma do. Get them packs from Mama do. Word. Lot of shit, I just wanna recap. I don't see acknowledgement when I could've just relapsed. You see me get tight when niggas tell me relax. Cause I gotta keep on moving forward. I can't look back. I hear a lot of shit. I just wanna recap. I don't see acknowledgement when I could've just relapsed. You see me get tight when niggas tell me relax. Cause I gotta keep on moving forward. I can't look back. Niggas say they keep it real. And I know there's very few. Mask on, dodge the blue. On best on true. Stay fly in the booth. We got beef, let's make a truce. Cause I'm more focused on the white man with the noose. Top shot to I move proper is big dollars. My logo on them collars. Yeah, we big shoppers. Going off, my nigga, yeah, it's been choppers. And all I do is do the math, nigga. I'm a top scholar. Knowledge, like I said. Just relapse. You see me get tight when niggas tell me relax. Cause I gotta keep on moving forward. I can't look back. I hear a lot of shit. I just wanna recap. I don't see acknowledgement when I could've just relapsed. You see me get tight when niggas tell me relax. Cause I gotta keep on moving forward. I can't look back. So off the Masterpiece 2, first track. Video's out now. And that's a prime example of why knowledge is important. If I didn't have the knowledge, I wouldn't be able to write these kind of records, record it with the crisp audio, the mix master, recording, um, how do I say it? Methods, um, the production, the mood, and then make the video after that. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of knowledge, a lot of studying, but you know what? The passion, the passion. And then delegating the work. So, it's your boy Intro the Intern, and this is knowledge. This episode's about knowledge. So you guys stay tuned and please support. When you guys get a chance, go to www.introtheintern.com. Check you guys later.